Okay, welcome to Return to Center Mondays. I'm so happy to have you all here, really. Just I bow to all of you. I bow to myself and my practice for having the discipline to practice every day. And I bow to all the teachers that came before us, who have passed down this beautiful art, this beautiful moving meditation to us of both Qigong and Tai Chi. So let us begin. Oh, except one more person. Linda's coming in. Here she comes. Okay, perfect timing. Let me make sure she's muted. And yeah, hi Linda, good morning. I have everybody on mute, but you're perfect timing. We're just about to begin. Okay. So feet together. Let me just lower my camera a touch. Feet together, hands in prayer posture. And just come to center. As soon as I get in this posture, make sure your feet are touching, really important, because we're just making this conduit right here. Our body is this conduit between heaven and earth energy. And so just come to center and allow your body to just be this conduit right now. Relax your breath. Begin using the belly pump. Begin breathing down into the belly. So we want to come in past the chest and feel the belly expand and contract. That's our belly pump, breathing into Dantian. Relax the hands. Put your awareness right into heart center and just turn the hands over. Feel heart center open up. Just feel that opening that occurs. It's like you can't control it, it just happens. And also, as my heart center opens, I notice my head tilts up a little bit. If your head doesn't do it naturally, don't force it, but just maybe have awareness around it. There's something about, as soon as I start into this posture, this heart center opens, palms are up, I'm in this mode of reception, and my third eye just gently, just kind of looks up just a little bit. It's almost like something's pulling it up. You know, and you can just hang out in this posture for as long as you need. This alone can pull you into center without doing anything else. Breathe. Use that belly pump. And through this first part of the form, tap, bounce, squeeze, shake, use the sacred breath, which is also the cleansing breath. In through the nose, hot audible exhale through the mouth, using the belly pump. Soon as my mind hears that hot audible breath, I immediately start to unravel. Relax the hands. Balance before you balance. Bend both knees. We always step out and in with left foot. So step out, flat, empty left foot. All the weight is in my right foot. This helps us very much with Tai Chi as well. Sink into that left leg and allow the body to just go side to side as you find your root. Our whole goal right now is just finding our root. I'm not moving in any particular way. I'm just going side to side. After I feel like I've kind of found my root side to side, then I go forward and backwards. Heels to the bubbling well, ball of the foot. Back and forth a little bit. This is just bamboo blowing in the breeze. Also finding my root. You may adjust your feet a little bit here till you find that perfect wuxi posture. And then when you're done, hold wuxi. Feel your feet bottoms. Feel the palms of your hands. They're like roots coming out of the tree into earth, deep into earth. And really feel this wuxi posture. Feel your sacrum. Don't forget about the sacrum. It's just like an anchor going straight down into earth, which opens up Ming Men. Feel the sky hook pulling on Ba Wei and your crown chakra. It's pulling your head up, elongating the spine. Feel the 5 bows. First bow is the back. Notice I don't have a ski jump here. My sacrum, which is an anchor, goes down. Ming Men opens. So my back is the first bow. And then I've got a bow in each knee. 2, 3, 4, 5 are the elbows. Got a little quail's egg underneath. Tiny little egg underneath each armpit. And I'm starting to feel my palms open up. Feel a little bit of breathing right here. Notice my body's very subtle. I'm going to come a little closer. I'm just breathing a little bit. Sometimes I do this before I even tap. I'm trying to breathe with my palms and feet bottoms. Got very significant energy gates there, and I'm just trying to breathe in and out of them. So I'm inhaling, stretching my palms a little bit, exhaling, relaxing them, wiggling my fingers. Inhale. And you could focus on either the palms, QIGONGs, or the balls of the feet, which are your bubbling wells, or you can try to do both. I find layering is better, so I worked on my palms first, and then my feet bottoms. But just feel this breathing, this pulsing. My whole body is just moving very, couple of inches maybe, but I'm breathing with my whole body. Open the hands real wide here. And then exhale. Open. Inhale. Good. Come back to Wu Qi. Wu Qi, oneness, wholeness, undifferentiated energy before we become yin and yang. And from Wu Qi, let's just begin our tapping. Remember, cup the hand, down the inside, up the outside. Shoulder blade. I'm going to be loud today because I'm not wearing sleeves. Armpit. Massage that armpit. Get in there, open up those lymph nodes. Drum the ribs. Activate all those organs underneath them. Other side. Exhale, breathe. Use that belly pump. Drum the ribs. Thymus thump. Get in here underneath the clavicle, right here, feel your bone. Get in there. And if you feel a spot that feels tender, and you most likely will, breathe through it. Don't gasp. You know, that's what we normally do. We gasp when we feel some pain. And instead, what we want to do is use the breath. Breathe through it. Breathe into it. It's just usually a lymph node that's just a little bit tender. And so I get all under here. So here's my collarbone right here. I can see it pretty well in here actually. And then I just get right underneath there. And I may stop in a spot that feels a little bit tender. I don't rub it too hard. I'm not in terrible pain, but if I feel something, and I breathe through it. Use the cleansing breath to breathe through it. The breath helps to release it. Good. So I always throw that in there lately. Dantian, snap dantian. I'm kind of snapping with my hands. And then gentle, gentle fists, drumming kidneys and adrenals. Sacrum. And then you can either bend over, or if you want to work on the balance, you can one at a time. With any balance, remember, it's always good to find a point. So I have more balance, just like a ballerina or a dancer. They find a single point and they focus on it. And then, of course, that gives you more balance. If I try to do this, there's three ways of doing it. This way, or if you're in a rush, this way, two at a time. Down the outside, up the inside. Just want to give you options. And I end in the two hip bones. Good. That's tap. Bounce. Up and down, my knees are just going up and down, you can see here. I'm opening up my lymph nodes, detoxifying my body, just like I would if I had one of those little rebounding trampolines that were popular for a while there. Rebounding is very similar to this. And back to Uchi, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let the body move in between, unravel. Kelp, I call this kelp. And remember, we're going to do another bounce and shake. I usually do 2 or 3. If you're in a rush, just do 1. 1 is better than none, right? So when you're doing the bounce and shake, don't forget, for those of you who are newer, I'll just bring this up again. You inhale, exhale, almost like a fire breath through the nose only. So I'm bouncing through the nose. As soon as I say come back to Uchi, it's okay. Just want to make sure. And then I tap my heels intermittently, not every time. Really let the body go, especially the shoulders, neck. Hold a lot of tension there. And back to Uchi. And just let the body move. It's just recalibrating itself. Let it move however it wants to right now. The bouncing and the shaking allows for it to recalibrate and unravel and let go of some stress and some toxins, as well as some stagnant energy. So that's tap, bounce, squeeze, and shake. Shake, flow. That's our recipe. So squeeze, feet together. You guys know this one. We're going to squeeze the whole body, head to toe. Inhale, squeeze. Coming close, squeeze. And let the arms float. This one's hard to show on Zoom. Let me step back. And another one overhead. And notice what I do with my wrists. You don't have to do it, but boy, it feels so good. I'll have my wrists one way, and then I move them the other way. It doesn't matter which way you start, just whichever way you start, move them the opposite way. You'll just feel this little bit of extra, ringing out. That's kind of what it feels like by doing that with the wrist. Just a little add-on, you don't have to do it. I find it's very good, very useful. Okay, overhead now. Notice my wrists, squeeze everything. I bend my knees a little bit, wrist the other way, exhale. Out to the sides. Inhale. Exhale. No need to hold your breath. You can come out of it sooner. We're all different. And last one, to the back. Exhale. And let the body move. Good. Step out again. Here's shake. Tap, down, squeeze, shake, flow. This is the shake. This is just letting the body move however it needs to unravel. And then we begin flow. Let's connect mind, body, breath. We want to link those up. So we'll do a little bit of whole body breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Notice my hands are in front of lower dantian. It's like I'm stoking the fire, or you could look at it like I'm playing the accordion. There's many ways to look at this. Most important, my hands, my wrists, fingers, everything's super relaxed. Inhale, exhale. Show you from the side. Notice my whole body is breathing. This is called whole body breathing. I do this one when I'm stressed. It's like my go-to. Really hard to be stressed when you're doing this one. Inhale, whole body opens. Exhale, everything closes down. Anyone who's been, goes to Bill's classes, which I think are all of you, you could also look at it as like Kai, her. Opening, closing. They don't talk about using the body as a lung or breathing with the body, but it's still an opening and a closing. Let's do a couple of bigger ones. Inhale, look up, chest up, ah. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go at your own pace. We all breathe differently. Don't hold your breath. Instead of holding your breath, I'd rather you go slower or faster to accommodate your particular breathing capacity, not mine. I say inhale, exhale, just to remind people that this is the opening and it's the inhale, and that this is the exhale, right? But I want you to go at your own breath capacity, which means we'll all be going at different speeds, and that's okay. You're linking to your breath, not to mine, right? So your mind-body breath connection is unique to you. One more. Let the hands settle back into Wuchi. And we'll do a little bit of washboard. I love this one, also very relaxing. Scoop up some chi. Bring it straight up. Just feel like I'm holding this chi. And right around my chin, mouth, face area, I just flip it over and push it down into earth. I'm going to show you from the side. Notice my hands are pretty close to my body. Bend knees a little bit, and I bend, scoop it. Come straight up. I'm holding the chi in my hands, and then I turn it over. It's right around my mouth. You don't have to be so exact. And then add the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm doing Qigong, so I'm no longer using that cleansing breath. I only use that when I'm doing the tapping and bouncing. I'm doing the detoxifying. That's when I use that cleansing breath, that hot, audible exhale. Right here, I'm just breathing in and out through my nose, but I am inhaling and exhaling. Inhale here through my nose. Exhale through your nose as you come down. And remember, tip of tongue, roof of mouth, behind front teeth. That creates that energetic circuit. This is called washboard. Still using the belly pump, still breathing deep into the belly. Next one down. I want everybody to just, we're going to flow right into it. Turn your toes out into horse stance. As your hands are coming down, away for everybody, come down. And now just flow right into the next one, which is parting clouds. We're going to grab the chi the same way we do with washboard. We're going to bring it up, back of the hands together. They're just like this. They're not like this. I'm not forcing. They're just kind of back towards each other. And they're dragons coming out of the water, turning over, parting the clouds. I'll show you from the side. So again, toes pointing out a little bit. Bring them up, back of the hands together, right around here. And exhale. Inhale. If it's hard for you to coordinate the breath in here, don't worry about it. Just breathe naturally. They're both right. Adding the breath is okay, and not adding the breath is okay. When you bring the hands up, really look at them. Watch them actually parting the clouds. Feel like you're putting this protective bubble of energy around your body. Some people may take 2 breaths on the way up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You see what I mean? Don't force the breath. We're connecting with the breath, but we're not forcing it by any means, and we're not holding it. After a while with this one, what's interesting, and you may feel it already, is the hands start to, right here, dip down, grab the chi, start to kind of come up on their own. And then they feel very light and floaty on the way down. Super light, gently just floating back down into earth. Next one, we're going to flow right into the unifying heaven and earth chi. Keep the feet in the same position, toes out, horse stance. Instead of bringing the chi straight up, we're going to scoop it just like the way we did with parting clouds, but we're going to bring it up in front of heart center. That's the only difference. Then we pull it into heart. Hands are in front of shoulder notch. Turn the hands over, push through the wall. This is push through the wall. Make a circle. I'm going to show you this one from front and side. Bump the palms and then send it up. Scoop up some heaven chi. Grab some earth chi. Pull it in front of heart. Pull it into heart. Turn the hands over. Push through the wall. Make a circle in front of heart. Bump the palms. And then send that energy up to the universe. That's why I love this one for using, I'm going to show you from the side, for using affirmations. I was doing my affirmations with this one because it just feels like I'm taking my words and putting them into my heart. Push through the wall, make a circle, bump the palms, and then send it up. Notice my hands are kind of still out in front of me. They're not behind me, they're out in front of me. And then I'm just coming around, I'm scooping up some more chi. My palms are like shower heads showering down on me, like this form here, scooping that chi. And again, that's why it's called Uniting Heaven and Earth Chi. Go shallow on this one at first with the legs. Go shallow. In time, you'll come down lower, just naturally. Don't force it. Notice the body starts pumping too. Don't force that either. It'll do it on its own. Last one. Send it up and hold for a moment. Just broadcast your signal. I'm both broadcasting and receiving when I'm holding this posture. And you can, if your shoulders bother you, just relax a little bit. Now my shoulders are more relaxed. There we go. Don't worry about that. Just receive. I am happy. I am healthy. I am filled with life force energy. I am love. I am the flow. I am my own healer, and I am safe. You say whatever you want, but I often stop here and say something, or I say it when I'm doing the form. Bring the hands overhead, palms towards you, wand down the body. A little bit of a cleansing here with your chi-filled warm hands. Just cleanse the body. Go round golden ball. Walk the feet in. Notice how I walk them in. Very gently on the knees. Point the toes in ever so slightly into a little bit of a pigeon toe, but just slight, not a big one, not like Jerry Lewis kind of feet, as Bill says. And then we're going to get going over here. Now I'm just starting, I'm warming up. Notice the hands are following the hips. Okay, you know what the feet are doing, so now I'm going to let you see my hips. This is hands flowing through water. My hips are making a figure eight. Small one, but they are. And also, I'm going to just touch for a second. Notice qua. Qua. Folding at the qua. Folding at the qua, right? All those great health benefits because I'm folding at the qua here and I'm pumping my lymphatic system. So my hips are making a figure eight and so are my arms because they're coming this way, and to go the other way, they have to come around this turn here, right? So that's what creates a figure eight or infinity sign, whatever, however you like to look at that. And I'm thinking the better way to teach this is start out slow. Start out small. And then get bigger. If you're new to this movement, stay small, all good. If you've been doing it for a while with me, doing this, then get bigger. Again, I've got two figure eights going. And notice my hips are slightly, this is silk reeling, my hips are slightly ahead of my hands, maybe a second ahead. My hands are just following the hips. As you get good at this one, you can turn a little more. Here's a bigger version of it. I'm turning. And I'm looking with the turn. I'm keeping my nose on my navel, just like in Tai Chi, we keep our nose in line with our navel. I'm doing the same thing with this one. Only turn at your capacity. Don't over rotate. This is hands flowing through water. Don't forget the sixth bow. We added a sixth bow, smiling. 5 bows are in the body. The sixth bow is the smile. When we smile, we release endorphins. And this is energy play. It's really just playing with energy. So it should be like a child, like enjoying it. So smile. Don't get hung up on being too exact. Just drop into your body, get out of your head. Feel the chi, play with the chi. This is a great one to go right into the next. I'm going to back up just a little bit, keeping my feet the same. Watch this transition right here. Boom. One hand goes over Dantian. I'm not touching, but I'm hovering palm over Dantian. And this hand is coming over top. And this is leaf blowing in the breeze. You may want to take a little wider stance on this one. Notice this connection. One hand on Dantian. The other arm just blowing in the breeze. This way through, my palm is towards me. Palm is away from me. Palm is away from me through here. Come down. Palm moves towards me. Notice what we're doing with leaf blowing in the breeze. We're clearing out all 3 dantians. Upper, middle, lower. Here's the transition. Left hand, or this hand comes down, the other one comes up. Now, the other hand is in front of Dantian, palm in front of Dantian, making that energetic connection in the body. The other hand becomes the leaf. Don't get too hung up on this one, just feel it. You may have to adjust your feet, that's okay. If you have a tired shoulder or an injury, just go lower. It's all good. Look how low I can go. It's still good. I'm still washing through all 3 dantians. Lower, middle, upper. All good. Notice my body is leading my arm. My arm feels really light and floaty because my body's leading it. It's silk reeling. As Ray says, when you're moving your body like this and your arm is just coming along for the ride, kind of feel like, well, you have no arms. They're just coming along. Next transition, right here. I'm going to wait for everybody. Come through. Look at this. Where's this? What does this look like? Looks like the beginning of cloud hands to me. So this is a great way to just learn to free flow if you choose to. Some people like to come back into Wu Qi in between various Qigongs in a practice session. That's good too. I do that sometimes. And then other times I just want to flow. So I look for this transition. I look for, oh, what does that look like? And here you have cloud hands. Notice where the arms pass. 3 o'clock. And the hands passed 9 o'clock. So if I was a clock, my head's at 12. 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Notice what shifts the hands. Weight shift. Just like in Yang style, the weight shift moves the hands. Those of you who are doing Yang style with Bill, when you get to cloud hands, this will be helpful because Bill will tell you, shift the weight, moves the hands. Heard that for a long time. Shift the weight, moves the hands. Now in this case, we're not moving the legs because we're not doing Tai Chi, but this is right out of Yang style. Shift the weight, moves the hands. Feel like one hand is pushing down, it's creating pung energy, and the other hand, I'm pushing down and I'm creating pung. You know the Tai Chi principles, something's sinking, something else is floating. Here's another move right here. Come to one side. Watch how I just transition. Inside parry. This is cloud hands, but I'm going the other way. It's called inside parry. It's a block. It's a block that's coming on my center line. Got a block coming right here, swatting it away. Another punch coming towards me, swatting it away. So I'm sorry, I'm blocking the punch right here. And just drop in. From this one, we're going to go right into bend, bow, shoot, arrow, which you all know. So from here, let's stop for a moment, pause, widen the stance into horse stance. There you go. And again, I'm just finding little moments, these little moments like, oh, this looks like I can go right from here into horse stance. And so you just do that, go right in. Hold on, let me just see if someone's waiting here. No, okay. So right here I can go, oh, let me just widen my stance and I can go right into horse stance here. Pull the energy, pull the chi into heart. Pull it into heart. 3 times, 2, 3. Bottom hand, remember, is the one that goes out. Top hand's going to pull. Here we go. Notice I'm already bending at the wrist and feel that energy. 1, 2, 3. Now the other hand is underneath. I'm going to make that L shape right here and push through. I'm looking at the camera, but normally in the form, I would pull and I'd look right through that L, right through this L shape. I'm looking through it. And I want to do this one in the mirror at home because you don't want to get like this. It's easy to if you don't see a mirror. 1, 2, 3. And as you pull, you come lower in your stance. Now you can, lower could be up here though, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Lower into either a high horse stance, which is right here, a mid horse stance, or low. Depends on your leg strength and where you're at, it's all good. 1, 2, 3. I know there's a lot of coordination going on in this one. 1, 2, 3. And all I'm doing is going like this. Right into horse stance. Now right from here, yin yang arms. Come up, sink. Notice I look like a yin yang symbol. Stand up, sink. My arms are like on a clock. Stand up, rotate arms, sink. This is called yin-yang arms. You're gonna get strong legs doing Qigong with me. Strong legs and good balance. Last one. Come out of it, point the toes in. Look how I go right into. Dragon looks behind. Open the arms, front hand on shoulder notch, back hand rests on kidney. My feet are a little pigeon-toed to allow for my knees to bend and stay in alignment. Dragon looks behind. You want to add the breathing, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That was the last one. Come to center and clear it out. We just do this like kind of the same as the washboard. Just clear it out to prepare ourselves for the next one. Shake the legs a little bit. Give them a little bit of a rub. And we're going to do, again, one that I know is really good for the immune system, swimming dragon. Again, cannot do this one wrong, so don't get hung up in it. Don't worry. Most of these you cannot do too, you can't do too wrong, other than you'd better off doing less. Taoist 70% rule. Work at 70% of your capacity and you'll never get injured from any of these. It's when we push ourselves too much. So let's do it in an open stance first. Feet shoulders width apart. And let's make the dragon again. No right or wrong with this. All we're doing is swimming the dragon side to side. And this motion, the side to side motion, oh, you may crack, you may adjust. Oh, I just did. This side to side is what Bruce Francis Kumar was talking about, how the muscles moving around the spine are really good for the immune system. You can dive down into the water if you want. And eventually he starts coming up. I'm just backing up so you can see me. And he starts coming up, and notice the side-to-side motion gets a little bit less as he comes up, closer to the surface of the water, and then he starts to sort of wiggle his way up. Arms, hands all the way up, let me back up on the tippy toes, and then come down, back into prayer posture. Let's do that, bring the left foot in. Good, I always load the left foot. To get the left foot to come in, what I do is I load it with some weight, and then I push off. That's the best way to come back. Same thing, but feet together. It's gonna feel a little different. I don't go twice. I don't go quite as big when my feet are together, just that's the way the body is, just doesn't want to move that way. Side to side. Again, point the dragon one way, point the other, and eventually he starts to wiggle his way up and out of the water, then come up on the tippy toes, really stretch the body, and back down. And now let's do one more, which is just that spinal rotation. We're not going to swim the dragon anymore. My hands are on fire, by the way. We're just going to rotate this hip, so just mirror me, like if you were looking at me in a mirror. Rotate this hip out, and then the palms to the left. So hip is going one way, this way, and the palms are going this way. just in a very comfortable stance. And I'm looking away from my palms. That's key. You may look at me now just to get it, but then you want to look away from the palms. Go to the other side. This hip comes out, palms move, and I look away from the palms. I look in the direction of the hip that's going out. Oh, should feel really good on the spine. Knees are bent. Last one. Good. And relax. See how much time we have. Okay, good, great. So I want to do a little bit of this. So let's do a little bit of twisting teacups and some Qigong stretching. Just run through the body. Go the other way. Start getting the figure eights going. And you could just do it with your fist at first till you get it. And then when you're ready, add the fingers and hands. Really working the brain. When we're doing these twisting teacup things and these figure eights, we are absolutely creating new neural networks in the brain. You're asking the brain and the body to do something that it doesn't normally do. And so new networks get formed, and that's why over time, if you do this regularly, switch directions, if you do it regularly, suddenly you'll be like, oh, I can suddenly do this now. Well, that's because a new neural network was created that allowed you to learn this. It's learning something new. Brain coordination here. Oh, my wrist just cracked. That felt good. Elbows. Working those elbows. Notice my elbows are pretty stationary. And they're moving out a little bit, but I'm not working, I'm just lubing them up. Reverse it. Lubing those elbows up. Good. Hands across chest. Neck circles. Reverse it. Head back, arms down. Lift the shoulders, look up. Drop the shoulders, relax. Look forward. Shoulders up, look up. Drop the shoulders, look forward. One more. Shoulders up, look up. Drop the shoulders, look forward. And just rest the head to one side and do this cross fiber massage while you're doing it. Should feel good. Oh, you need to move your head a little bit while you're doing it. Just follow your body knows what it needs. These are just tools. Let your body tell you what it needs. Other side. I don't know anybody who's not tight in here. That's why this cross fiber massage is wonderful. This is what I do. Pull down, pull down. And I move my neck, however I need to. Good. Okay, neck forward, back. Forward, back. Your chin is on a table. Nice and flat, parallel to ground. And then hold it back. We're teaching it. We want it to stay back. We want it to stay over the spine. All right, I'm down on my knees right now, but I just want you guys to be able to see me. Just shows you could do these from a seated position, all of them. I call this one locomotive. Notice I'm pulling from shoulder blades. I'm not doing this. This is, everybody does this at first. They go. This is everybody. It's okay. We all do it. I did it too. But shoulder blades, shoulder blades. I'm pulling from my blades. Again, I always talk about this. First thing that locks up when we age, 50 plus, shoulder blades. Not good. Shoulder blades massage heart and lungs. We want to keep them moving. Not only that, underneath each shoulder blade, you've got an energy gate. We know this. So we want to keep that moving too. Once you loosen them up, again, don't bend at the elbows. My elbows are pretty stiff. I'm not bending at those elbows. Try one at a time. Notice my arms are out now. Again, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this. Call this one starfish. I don't know why I feel like I look like a starfish when I'm doing this. This is easier when you're standing. Notice I take a wide stance. My ribs, look at my ribs. All my teachers, Robert Tangora and Bill Gallon and all of them talk about move the ribs. And moving the ribs helps you in Tai Chi. So you don't have that stiff upper body. That you can do that pumping action when you're doing Tai Chi. That's why I do this one. I don't do this one particularly for Qigong as much as I do it for my Tai Chi practice, really. Hands on ribs. Move the ribs in a circle. Again, just opening up those ribs. Ribs are another area that lock up as we age because we just don't really move them so much. So if you can get them going, notice I'm going in a circle. And why am I touching them? Really just to give myself some proprioceptive feedback because my hands are telling my brain, yeah, your ribs are moving, good. Oh gosh, or my ribs are not moving so much. Okay, I gotta work on this, that's okay. Good, ribs side to side. This is hard. Now lock this in, lock this. Ribs side to side. This one, some of the rib stuff is actually better done in a chair. Why? Because you can lock all this in and just move the ribs, right? So some of this is done better in a chair, which is great. You're doing some computer work, talking on the phone, you can just sitting there moving your ribs. It's all good. All right, and then last but not least, anyone who's ever had sciatica or lower back pain, this is a preventive. But go nice and slow and lead with the hips. Don't lead with the head. So my head's just coming along for the ride, but I'm not leading with my head. My hips are skimming the inside of a wine barrel, or you could say moving a hula hoop really slow, and you may adjust. If you go slow enough with this one, your spine may adjust if it needs to. And reverse it when you're ready. If you need a couple more that way, keep going. It's okay. I always wait for everybody. So if you need more of something, stick with it. It's kind of why I pause in between to let people catch up. Don't forget to breathe, especially if you feel something in your back, just breathe, breathe through it. And come to center here. The reason I've been stretching lately, I've changed my entire stretching routine. I stretch now in circles, everything in circles, no more linear stretches for me because I can come up to the edge of something that may be slightly painful and then I move past it. Instead of a linear stretch, which is straight on, I come up to pain and boom, I pull right back. That's like a linear stretch. But now if I feel a little pain, I'm just grazing by it. I'm just coming by it and I'm doing that breath, that hot, audible, cleansing breath. So if I had a little kink in my back, say here, and I'm doing the circles, the hip circles, I would just breathe through it. So I wouldn't make it hurt more. I would do less. But if I felt just this little tinge of something, I would pull back to 70% of my capacity, which is what we're supposed to be doing anyway. And I would just raise right past it instead of going up to it and then pulling back. So let me back up and let's do our traditional closing. And if your hands are warm, don't waste them. Wand them really, when we're going to be doing this closing, really let them wand down the body and just cleanse your auric field. And also, as they're coming down the body, think of your chakras. They're aligning your chakras in the front of your body. And I also encourage everybody, if you have the inclination to do seated meditation, I'd suggest that it's a great time to do it after Qigong practice. I've discovered this myself because the entrance to meditation can be done a little bit easier, for me, in my opinion, through first working the physical body, then the energetic body, and then right afterwards, you're ripe to go sit down and just sort of drop into meditation. You don't have to, but I just say that's a welcome opportunity afterwards if you have the time. Maybe not today, but any day that you do Qigong. This is an entrance to becoming present and still. And so, of course, those are perfect qualities to sit and meditate for a little while afterwards. Even if it's just listening to the bees or sipping a cup of hot tea. That can be a meditation too, anything. So I'm back to Uchi. Sink left, we're gonna do our closing very slowly. Really put effort into your openings and closings. Treat them as sacred as the forms themselves. I'm loading my left leg and I'm pushing off as my arms scoop the chi around me. As my foot comes in, it meets my other foot as my hands are overhead. And I'm in that Mingtong Gu position where the hands are overhead like shower heads, pointing down on my body like a waterfall. And now just let the hands slowly float down. Let them cleanse the body. Come around the golden ball in front of Dantian. Scoop up some more chi. We do one for mind, one for body, one for heart. Hands are like shower heads, just raining chi on the body. Chi is like a waterfall of energies that's flowing down the body. I have the chills right now. It's flowing down the body, getting rid of any stagnant energy. It's just flowing down into earth and becoming neutral. Around golden ball. Last one for mind, one for body. Last one is always for heart. Hands together and back where we started into prayer posture. Let the thumbs touch heart center. And open your hands and step into your day. Thank you, everyone, for a wonderful class. Let me unmute.